Stop. Got the volume under control, fellas. Today's video is going to be a 2-in-1. It's two messages, but I feel they coincide. But today we have David Wilcock explains why they openly tell us what they are doing to us. It's on both screens. You're about to see what the noise is about.
One of the things that I learned from whistleblowers from the cabal itself is that they have to work within something they call the rules. And this is very, very important. The rules are a body of spiritual principles that they must follow in order to be allowed to exist. Now, what do I mean by allowed to exist? I mean that they are aware that there are benevolent forces that will prevent them from achieving their goals unless we give them permission to enslave us. Ultimately, the universe is intelligent, alive, and conscious, and it is benevolent. It is a benevolent consciousness. That consciousness does not allow the negative to succeed unless it is invited. So the cabal has made a science, a very elaborate science, out of studying these arcane, occult, magical principles that allow them to get away with what they do. So they have to put out everything that tells you who they are in music videos, in these Super Bowl halftime shows, the Grammy Awards ceremonies. They're out there showing you the truth. This is what people are going to have so much trouble with once disclosure happens, is that these people actually practice black magic, and they are very, very good at it.
Did you get the message? Everything is a continuation and reinterpretation. Basically, what he's saying is we have to give them permission. They have to work within the rules to be allowed to exist in this dimension, a body of spiritual principles. They have to tell us what they're doing. Therefore, if we allow it to happen, we'll happen to consent to it. So whenever there's a message, and I feel though that it is important, and I need to remember it immediately, how I go about it is I listen to the lines by lines, and I just punch in and freestyle until I make it rhyme, till I get the fluidity and the flow. It was not more so of me studying how the mind works. It was me studying how my mind worked. And come to find out, some similarities or defaults how my mind works is how most people's minds work as well. Like I noticed my mind would remember like flows, rhythm, cadences. So whenever I need to remember anything and it's important to me, for me to tattoo it in my mind, for me to burn it on the walls in my mind so I can always go back to it whenever, it's for me to put it in rhythmatic format. If you need to go back, just rewind back. But those are my bars. Okay, hold on. Another thing, he did say we have to give them permission. It reminds me of the movie Sinners, when they said come on in, and them vampires came on in to impose their wills on people that have wills of their own. Same thing, right? You have to invite them. But it's like they can trick you into inviting them in like a elicitation type way. Okay, we have Alex Jones tell Joe Rogan about the elite pedophiles years ago and what is beyond them.
I want to tell you guys the big enchiladas.
Okay, please, the big enchilada. So I need to know. What do you know about aliens, and how are aliens real?
All right, this is really big. So,
Okay. Yeah, pour another shot of that.
the media.
Let's get this out properly.
All right, let me give you my best, deep research approximation once again.
What do you think is going? Am I wrong to still hold out hope that aliens are real? Because I tell you, as the two guilty pleasures that I still cling to is Bigfoot and aliens. Those are two. Bigfoot, not so much. I wish it was real, but I just don't.
Are you ready?
Yes. Bigfoot's real?
No.
Come on, Daddy.
No. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you the big enchilada. Joe, there are
Yes.
aliens in this room right now.
For real?
Yeah, you're not of this world, bro.
Me?
You're the alien.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
Well, here's what the elite believe, and let me be very clear, because I'll take this out.
I've always known this before even hearing Alex Jones' synopsis. It just makes sense. Down here, 1 winner, 2 winner, 3 winners. I can always count on it. Every winter, I'm going to contract the same code. Why is that? It's something about my biology, my genealogy that isn't conducive with the environment, with this planet. You can get bit by a particular snake or snakes and you can go deceased. How you can just even hit your leg on a bed post. That anatomic object is not phased, but you feel it like, oh, damn it. It's just too many indications that shows that we were indeed seated here. I know that was still deemed conspiratorial because the fact is independently verifiable regardless of the observer. But everyone cannot verify this. Everything cannot be verified with a science and tangible evidence. Whether you go into a DMT or LSD like experience or you're in love, you cannot really prove that outside of your actions and the things you're willing to do for what you think is love. We see less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. There's so many indications. I can give you various on why we can't just harp on the science of things and presenting something you can see with your physical 2 eyes. Everything isn't for that. But yeah. We definitely were seated here. And a lot of you guys are containers. And your soul just inhabit the vessel. And they feed off of you. The funny thing about it is I know that to be. And the whole time you're literally praying to what ain't there. That's hysterical. That's a knee slapper to me. But carry on.
I only go with what I can prove.
Oh, thank you.
And people can't even handle that. There's armies. We're fighting a pedophile conspiracy, but beyond that, it's a vampire conspiracy in that they are interdimensionally sucking the essence of our youth.
Right.
And they believe they're possessed by an off-world entity.
They do?
Yeah, and Joe, I've been on air 22 years. I don't get into aliens, metaphysical, religion, any of that. I've studied the elite, and I've also communicated with a lot of the top people. And if you want to know, I will actually break down right now the best knowledge right now what's happening on the planet.
What's happening?
The elite are all about transcendence and living forever and the secrets of the universe, and they want to know all this. Some are good, some are bad, some are a mix. But the good ones don't ever want to...
That's important. It's not black and white all the time. It's not yin and yang. For instance, such as myself. I wouldn't say I'm particularly good, but I wouldn't say I'm necessarily evil as well. My philosophy is I don't believe in imposing my will on someone else, even though my will for someone else is great. But that's not for me to say, so my support behind things is like the universe. If you believe you'll make it, the universe agrees. If you believe you will not make it, the universe also agrees. That's my stance behind things. But I can't sit and pretend as if there isn't self-interest. I can't sit and pretend as if I also don't enjoy the convenience of one's ignorance. For me to be able to relax and bask in the glory of the fruits of someone else's labor, their sweat equity. I enjoy that. The conveniences we have, I enjoy it. I can't act like I don't. Though I do want for you what you want for yourself, as long as that isn't imposing on someone else as well. You get me? So there's self-interest. But there is definitely indifference. I'm an orthogonal thinker like Bartholomew. And there's resistance. I don't like constraints. I have to live my life freely. You see the birds fly? I want to do the same thing. I don't want to be stuck in a particular spawn. Never really own your home. Don't have a allodial title. And you have to always attend and worry about these bills for this place. I want to travel the world and leave that behind for a while and come back to my home. I don't want to be stuck. I want to be like the bird, the eagle. I want to live my life And I'm never imposing on anyone else, because I do unto others as I want done unto myself. That's my way of being. That ain't got nothing to do with the 42 ideals of Ma'at. That ain't got nothing to do with Judaism. That ain't got nothing to do with Christianity. That don't have anything to do with God or the devil. I'm more Spawn like. The Spawn character, how he killed God and the devil and forged his own path. That's me. I say fuck both of y'all. That's how I feel. I can't help but how I feel. I'm just bold enough to disclose such to you. You wouldn't have known that had I not told you. That's authenticity. Whether God or the devil exists through hell or high water whales, well, I will live my life the way I decide to live my life. It's not because of the bribe of being God's right hand man in eternal heaven and peace. And it's not the threat of being on the opposing end of the devil's pitchfork. It's all let aside, all of that programming aside. What would I be simply because I want to be? After all, it's people in rural areas like the Amazon or behind the ice walls of Antarctica. They never heard your word of God. And they live their life how they live their lives. Does it mean that they're going to hell? No, last time I checked, hell is empty. And the devils are amongst us, and they proclaim to be God's chosen people when everything in life is backward. What is the opposite of God's chosen people? The devil's chosen people. They're favored by the devil. Hence why they get to enjoy the little luxuries they have here on earth. But their time is coming to an abrupt ending. And we don't look at you Jews as such. Yes, you stole a name, but you made it lame. Keep it. If you really were God's chosen people, you would have blacks attributes. You will be the most influential with your arts and crafts and music and influence without you even trying to influence anything. And you would dominate in sports, combat sports, mano a mano, true provision. If things revert back to what it once were, you have to sustain your own household and protect your wife and kids. We will beat the dog shit out y'all ass. It's incomparable. It will look like a big black man fighting a little small midget white bitch if we fighting you Jews, right? So stop it. Get some help in Michael Jordan voice. We already know y'all not God's chosen people. It's us, if there is a chosen people. You get me? Continue, Alex.
Organize. The bad ones didn't want to organize because they lust after power. Powerful consciousnesses don't want to dominate other people. They want to empower them so they don't tend to get together until things are really late in the game. Then they come together. Evil's always defeated because good is so much stronger. And we're on this planet, and Einstein's physics showed it, Max Planck's physics showed it all. There's at least 12 dimensions. And now that's why all the top scientists and billionaires are coming out saying it's a false hologram. It is artificial. The computers are scanning it and finding tension points where it's artificially projected and gravity's bleeding in to this universe. That's what they call dark matter. So we're like a thought or a dream that's a wisp in some computer program, some God's mind, whatever. They're proving it all. It's all coming out. Now, there's like this sub-transmission zone below the third dimension that's just turned over to the most horrible things, is what it resonates to. And it's trying to get up into the third dimension that's just a basic level consciousness to launch into the next levels. And our species is already way up in the fifth, sixth dimension, consciously our best people. But there's this big war trying to like basically destroy humanity because humanity has free will and there's a decision to which level we want to go to. We have free will, so evil's allowed to come and contend, not just good. And the elites themselves believe they're racing using human technology to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man, which is kind of like a false transmission because they're thinking what they are is ugly and bad, projecting it onto themselves instead of believing, no, it's a human test about building us up. And so Google was set up 18, 19 years ago. I knew about this before it was declassified. I'm just saying I have good sources. That they wanted to build a giant artificial system. And Google believes that the first artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time that's also psychically connected to us, that are organic creatures, so that they will have current prediction powers future prediction powers, a true crystal ball. But the big secret is, once you have a crystal ball and know the future, you can add stimuli beforehand and make decisions that control the future. And so then it's the end of consciousness and free will for individuals, as we know, and a true 2.0 in a very bad way, hive mind consciousness with an AI jacked into everyone, knowing our hopes and dreams, delivering it to us, not in some PKD wirehead system where we plug in and give up on consciousness because of unlimited pleasure, but because we were already wired in and absorbed before we knew it by giving over our consciousness to this system by our daily decisions that it was able to manipulate and control into a larger system. There's now a human counter-strike taking place.
What does that sound like, guys? If you watch Naruto, and Pain developed his philosophy due to the pain, the endless wars. And he decided to override everyone else's free will and let his will be the will of all. What's that? Was it Pain? Or am I mistaken the character? One of the characters in the series, they wanted... No, it was Madara. Yeah, it was Madara. Okay, it was Madara. And it all still leads back to pain, the things you've been through. And then you learn you're realistic. And you know that conflict, no matter the era. So he decided to let his will be the will of all. And let everyone live in his dream-like world, a utopia. To where it's no cries, no tears. It's all just... I guess eternal, forever slumber, but peace, fun, and tranquility are like just heaven. No wars, no conflict. So it's like he meant well. Though the road to hell is paved with good intentions. His intentions were right. But were they right? Because it imposed on everyone else. It infringed on everyone else to have wills of their own. But I still see through that micro sight that what he was trying to do. Whole time, it's a propaganda and perception game. He was perceptualizing a light that isn't in favor of him. To what people have their preconceived notions of him due to how he's depicted and advertised. And people perceive it to be the way they intended them to see this. Who's looked at as the antagonist most of the time isn't antagonizing anyone. They just may think differently. It just may be self-interest, or indifference. Nonetheless, the things you see were merely just we're a reflection of this construct that doesn't work. Just because it worked for you, you are an exception to the rule. But anyone that does wrong and they're deemed evil, we always tend to harp on the effect, never addressing the cause, the root, the origins. Again, I don't like to use that word chemically imbalanced because that's still questionable. But I use that as a vessel so you get the premises of someone clearly not in their right mind. Look what he's doing. We're not designed to be that way, but he's doing the following. What do you call it? After all, sugar does have the same effect on the brain as crack and cocaine. That's on every block in the hood. It's called the projects because it's an experiment. We project our experience, not even knowing the physics of this is serious. So it's strategic plans, things laid out in place for us to fail. It's like 3 lanes. And they know a large portion of the people are going to fall into these lanes. That falls underneath the umbrella of population control, them being able to harvest organs and do things, and them just making money off of you being incarcerated or health complications. But it's lanes set before us. Our pain was manufactured. Though I guess, given what David Wilcock said, we opened the door and invited them in. Like everyone invited them Jews to their country and they got kicked out like 1,000 different times all across the globe. Them people are the bloodline of the fallen angels. But yeah, Madara Uchiha, he meant well. He just didn't think bigger than his own thoughts. Looking from other people's perspective with a heightened sense of emotional intelligence. Even he would have probably got bored of that if he accomplished that and everyone lived in his dream like utopia. It's like people crave chaos. But what's encrypted in a coding, the DNA for us to get bored or take things that's for free for granted or get bored with things and just, I don't know. But let's continue.
To shut this off before it gets fully into place and to block these systems and to try to have an actual debate about where humanity goes and cut off the pedophiles and psychic vampires that are in control of this AI system before humanity's destroyed.
Of AI? How'd the pedophiles get in control of AI?
The pedophiles at a whatever level, the devil, whatever you want to call it, this interdimensional thing that gives them advanced off-world technology, the fallen one that's not of this world, is giving them advanced knowledge
What
on how
are you
to
talking
construct
about?
these
What
systems
is
that have already been used before on other populations.
What?
That's Satan?
But what are you
That's
talking
Satan.
about?
That's Satan.
You couldn't compute that. Though I could, I did, I can. Okay, now we have 48 years ago, a strange event occurred in the history of the TV broadcast. Alien named Vrillin interrupted live TV broadcast in UK for 6 minutes, my bad, and shared a bizarre message for all humanity. It's like my mind automatically filling spaces. I would have said for all of humanity, but it said for all humanity. This mysterious event that took place in England on November 26, 1977, around 5. Okay, now here is that video. This will be the last video and we'll pretty much wrap it up. So it's a 2-in-1. You see, the messages will coincide.
Settlement based on one man, one vote. But, he says, there are conditions. These include stopping the execution of all captured prisoners of war. In Australia, Mr. Craig Packer has cricket.
It's an interruption. This is the voice of Vrillin, a representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the skies. We speak to you now in peace and wisdom, as we have done to your brothers and sisters all over your planet Earth. We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world and the beings on our worlds around you. It's the reason why they have the Antarctica Treaty. They may really be out there, blimiers and all. Yeah, the atom bomb really disrupt their world in a negative way. Though it is beings that live in the oceans as well and underground. This is in order that you may share in the great awakening as the planet passes into the new age of Aquarius. Such as me, I am in Aquarius. My life path number is 1. My secondary number is 8, which represents knowledge, power, money, and 8 is God in numerology as well. The new age can be a time of great peace and evolution for your race, but only if your rulers are made aware of the evil forces that can overshadow their judgments. Our governments, as well as Israel, are compromised, taken over, ran by different beings. Not necessarily illegal aliens, but they're aliens, but aren't we all? Be still now and listen, for your chance may not come again. Don't fuck up this timeline, Pendale. Do your part. Like Michael Jackson said, if you want to change the world, you look in the mirror and start with yourself. Because if you change yourself in the mirror, and outside of that, you change your immediate household for the better, indirectly, you will be helping me and everyone else. A lot of y'all are so primitive. Let me give you an example. Let's say I look in the mirror, I change myself. You look in the mirror and change yourself. I change my immediate household for the better as well, and you change your immediate household for the better. Our kids come out and play, whether they're friends or boyfriend or girlfriend, they won't be trying to get the one up on each other. They'll do it right. They will truly do unto others as they want done unto themselves. And they may grow up and tie the knot and have a family, and it will just branch off and build a bigger and greater world. So when you look in the mirror and you change yourself in your immediate household, indirectly you're help saving the world and making the world a better place. Remember that. Always remember that. All your weapons of evil must be removed. The time for conflict is now past, and the race of which you are a part may proceed to the higher stages of its evolution. If you show yourselves worthy to do this, you have but a short time to learn to live together in peace and goodwill. As much as I would like to have faith and hope for humanity, I feel I fall short. And I know it's strategic. My media feeds me negativity. And I feel that internally. Therefore, I'll project that externally and see the world through that lens. When I know it's a lot more great and beautiful going on than the evils we see. But I'm aware of that, though. Small groups all over the planet are learning this and exist to pass on the light of the dawning new age to you all. You are free to accept or reject their teachings, but only those who learn to live in peace will pass to the higher realms of spiritual evolution. Whole time you're praying to an external entity that doesn't exist. Seek to know thyself. And if you correct yourself for the better, indirectly, you will be helping us all out as well. It starts there. Here and now, the voice of Vrillin, a representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. Beware also that there are many false prophets and guides operating in your world. They will suck your energy from you, the energy you call money, and will put it to evil ends and give you worthless dross in return.
The voice of Rion, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Snar, speaking to you. Be aware also that there are many false prophets and guides operating on your path. They will suck your energy from you, and everything you call money and will put into evil hands, giving you worthless costs in return. But your divine self will protect you from this.
Your inner divine self will protect you from this. You must learn to be sensitive to the voice within that can tell you what is true and what is confusion, chaos, and untruth. Learn to listen to the voice of truth which is within you, and you will lead yourself unto the path of evolution. This is our message to our dear friends. We have watched you growing for many years, as you too have watched our lights in your skies. You know now that we are here and that there are more beings on and around your earth than your scientists admit. We are deeply concerned about you and your path towards the light and will do all we can to help you. Have no fear. Seek only to know yourself. Seek to know thyself only. Seek only to know yourself and live in harmony with the ways of your planet, Earth. We are Ashtar Galactic Command. Thank you for your attention. We are now leaving the plane of your existence. May you be blessed by the supreme love and truth of the cosmos. Didn't I tell you guys my religion is meism? I seek to know thyself only. I practice metacognition often, observe my thoughts in real time, and try my best to understand why I feel the way I feel when the following pops up. And seek to know thyself only. You're giving your energy to an external source that doesn't exist. You don't know it yet. But by the time when it is disclosed and it's shown and it's proof and it's evident and it's irrefutable, it's non-negotiable, at that point, don't try to convert and shake my hand. I'm going to laugh at you and I'm going to troll you. Because I was ahead of you. I'm just joking. Well, that's it. Don't forget to like the video. If you like the video, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, DM me the link via X, formerly known as Twitter. Let me know what you want me to react to next or what you want me to talk about. Follow me on Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. I will be streaming on Twitch, hopefully multicasting on Twitch and Kick. I have the Discord server up that doesn't expire. Feel free to join. We're unnumbered. Unnumbered. We're not numbers. I know this life just gives us a social and we're nothing more than disposable numbers. But here we aren't. We're unnumbered. Feel free to join if you're ready for that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sayonara.